We cannot declare strike now. NLC President Ajero breaks silence on minimum wage dispute. So he broke this silence right from Geneva, where they are attending the International Labour Organization's conference in Geneva, Switzerland. So, and why is it saying that they cannot declare strike now? Because the report of the tripartite meeting has been submitted to Secretary of Government of Federation and is with Tinubu now for review and approval. So, in that report, the federal government says they can pay 62,000 naira to workers. Meanwhile, the labor union is asking for 250,000 naira. So whatever Tinubu decides or whatever he signs will determine what will be the next action of the NLC, TUC, and the entire labor organization fighting for a better package. But let's dive into the details to hear exactly more from Joe Ajero right from Geneva. The Nigerian Labour Congress has announced that it will not embark on a strike action tomorrow. Okay, that is this week, which is Friday. This week, Monday, Tuesday. Okay, Tuesday, which is today, to demand a new national minimum wage. This decision was made known by the NLC President Joe Ajero at the ongoing International Labour Conference in Geneva, Switzerland. Okay. Ajero said we cannot declare strike now because the figures are with the president. He added that the tripartite committee's proposals are awaiting the president's decision, and the NLC's National Executive Council will deliberate on the new figure once it is announced. So during the tenure of the immediate past president, the figure that was proposed to him was 27,000 and by the tripartite committee, but he increased it to 30,000. So we are hopeful that this president will do the right thing. The president had noted that the difference between 62,000 and 250,000 is a wide gulf, he said. Okay. So Ajero berated governors who declared that they wouldn't be able to pay a minimum wage of 62,000 naira. He said, how can any governor say he cannot pay? They cannot also be calling for the decentralization of the minimum wage. That is it. That is it. So are their wages decentralized? Governors whose states are not contributing a dime to the national purse and who generate pitiable internally generated revenues are collecting the same amount as governors whose states are generating billions of dollars into the FAAC. You see, into the federal account. So they should decentralize their salaries and emoluments first. He praised Governor Godwin Obaseki of Edo State, who is paying a minimum wage of 70,000 as an example to be emulated. He said, so where is the governor of Edo State, Governor Obaseki, getting his money from? He is paying 70,000 minimum wage. This is the type of governor that should be emulated and not the lazy ones. Exactly. Exactly. Very lazy governors, especially the northern governors. The northern governors are so lazy. Some southeastern governors are so lazy. That is it. How bad it is. Even the south governors that are getting 13% derivation from federal government still crying that they cannot pay 62,000. What are they doing with the money? Are they handling the money the way Wike handled River State money for 8 years, where the IGR was about 27 billion. Meanwhile, he was declaring 12 billion. And even that 12 billion, only 6 billion was available for state use. Wow. So now that Ajero has said, what Ajero said is correct. If they have finished, they have tabled their demand, and the report is now with Mr. President. It will not make sense to start, declaring strike now, where Mr. President is not done with reviewing the report first. So Mr. President needs to review the report, come back with a feedback, tell the people what he can sign. Already he's saying that the margin between 63,000 and 250,000 is so wide a gulf to be margined. So the labor union will have to wait for them to review and come back, and then before the labor union's National Executive Council will hold a meeting to deliberate on the outcome or the decision of the Mr. President and then determine what they have to do next. That is it. And I know actually that the kind of SGF we have, George Akume, and all the politicians that we have now, they don't care about the labor. They don't care about how people feel. All they want is their own. That is it. So right here in the comment section, someone is saying Obaseki is playing politics. He cannot do that if he is to remain in that seat for more than 6 months or a year. No state can pay outrageous minimum wage that will not afford them to attend to other pressing issues. NSC should stop making reference to the take home of the governors or legislators. It is as it has been there for long. Let them go and canvass for regional government or parliamentary system of government where little goes to legislators. This guy is just talking your own. No. Somebody say, see your life. That wrongdoing has been there for ages. So does it make it right? Really? What then is positive change that about? They will not say the thing now. Yeah? That's why some of them will not even show their face. If not, they will start beating them online. That is it. Obaseki is the worst thing ever happened to Edo State. Every other state, both private and government, are in school now. But Obaseki closed Edo State because of manpower. Just because the government school has no enough teachers to monitor junior WAEC. A state, you see 3 teachers in one school, over teaching, oh boy, overstretching themselves. They need to look at that too. Edo State paid the salary in May 2024. What is the politics there? The federal government of Nigeria and APC not playing politics with Nigerians about the minimum wage? Can a government that can afford several millions of naira to politicians not pay such wages to workers? Government is weaponizing poverty to continue to oppress Nigerians. And that is true. That is true, actually. So Mumu Obaseki has been paying 40,000 since how many years now? When federal government was paying 30,000. Since Obaseki came to power, he pays salary latest on the 26th and pays gratuity immediately you retire. He even cleared backlog of gratuities of previous governors. So he never borrowed money since he came to power. Can you imagine? That's serious. So who is this Mumu again? Governors are buying SUVs for lawmakers and entertaining themselves with billions at the expense of the masses. It can never be well with them. Exactly. Can never be well with you selfish and greedy politicians. Not be lie. Not be lie. So that is what is happening. That is what is happening right. What is his name? Ajero saying that they cannot go on strike today, Tuesday, because all figures are with the president until the president is done before they will know what next.